So today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about trying to settle your own case. Recently we've had a lot of clients, specifically through the Indian network, come in to contact me, and a lot of them seem to want to do the old, let's squeeze the lawyer for some information and then try to do it on our own. Totally cool. I've been there myself, part of the culture. But Indian or not, for those of you who are trying to handle your own legal matter, especially your car accident or your vehicle accident case, think again. This stuff is a lot harder than it used to be and a lot harder than it seems. We try to distill this thing down to, hey, these lawyers just write a few letters and then make a bunch of money. Those days have kind of come and gone. It used to be you could get rear-ended or get sneezed on and get a check for $20,000. That just doesn't happen anymore. A bunch of pitfalls I wanted to talk about in this video for those of you who are thinking about it. I just want to also delineate a few reasons why it is better to have a lawyer, hopefully us as your lawyer as well. Couple things is there's something called a statute of limitations. What is that? Statute of limitations is where there's a deadline on how long you have to settle your claim. And if you don't file a lawsuit before that deadline, basically you essentially lose your right to even recover for your injuries or your damage or what have you. So you have to worry about that clock ticking. Generally speaking, in a car accident or a motor vehicle accident in California, it is a 2-year statute of limitations. So if you sit on your hands for 2 years and do nothing about your case, and you try to file a lawsuit after 2 years, it's very likely that you've lost your case already because the judge will throw out your lawsuit, or the other side could have it dismissed, I should say. That's number one. Number two is you may think, well, look, 2 years is a long time, I can handle this. You'd be surprised. The adjusters, and if you don't know what an adjuster is the insurance adjuster for the opposing side. And you could have an adjuster on your side as well, but generally if you're fighting your own case, that's going to be with the adjuster for the other side. Think of the adjuster as your opposing attorney, if you will, even though it's usually not. It's not an attorney. That person's very trained, and they are going to drag out the case as long as they can if they can get away with it. Meaning, they will pretend that they didn't receive your letters requesting money. They will ask you for medical records over and over and over again. They will ask you for records that could take you 5 to 6 months to get. I guess what I'm trying to say is you'd be surprised how quickly 2 years can go. And they also know, unless you're represented by counsel, such as us or me, they also know that you're probably not savvy enough to file your own lawsuit. A word about filing lawsuits, it's not like it looks like on TV where you meet with an attorney today and this nice lawsuit is filed tomorrow and you're in court with a full jury by the third day. Lawsuits take a while to prepare and file, and then your trial may not come up for 1.5 to 2 years in Los Angeles County. So, and that's not even counting all the depositions and all the discovery work that goes on in between, which I promise you is not as easy as it looks. If you don't know the rules of civil procedure, next thing you know, you're going to be paying them for their attorney's fees for having wasted everybody's time. So be careful with that. It's highly recommended you get a lawyer, especially if you think you're going to have to file a lawsuit. And believe me, they're going to try to make you file a lawsuit once they know you don't know what you're doing. So that's number one, the statute of limitations. Number two is you also have to look at your property damage. People just take the first offer they get, they say it sounds good, but they're also missing that they're missing a lot of things that they could be getting compensated for in their property. Namely, what about the objects inside of your car that were damaged? What about recent upgrades to the car? Recently we got an extra $2,000 for a potential client, who ended up wanting to do it on his own after he, squeezed us for information. But yeah, that's part of the game. But the point is, there's a lot of money you could be leaving on the table by trying to do it on your own, just for your car alone, not even just your bodily injuries. Now let's get to the bodily injuries. What if you don't have health insurance? Are you going to go to doctors and self-treat and self-medicate? I don't know. Are you? You could try, but then when it comes time to settle your case, the adjusters are going to run you in circles asking you how you knew how to treat yourself for what, given that you're not a doctor. The other issue with you not having health insurance is, well, are you going to pay out of pocket for all of these medical treatments? I mean, these doctors, whether you're seeing a physiotherapist or a chiropractor, MD, they're not cheap, and they're going to want their money up front. One good thing about coming to us is, and a lot of lawyers, we can set you up with medical treatments with medical practitioners who are experts and who will do your case on what is referred to as a lien basis, which means that they only get paid at the end of your case when it settles out. So you don't have to worry about doling out all this money every time you go for a treatment. So you can focus on getting better instead of weighing yourself down with the costs of the treatment and potentially not treating yourself properly. So those are a few reasons I recommend going with an attorney. There are a lot more than that. I just wanted to keep this one brief today. I'll definitely post more in the forthcoming weeks. But to those of you who are thinking of just trying it on your own, you can totally do it. Just be apprised that you're probably leaving a lot of money on the table. Just the way the letters are drafted, how you argue the points, the games the insurance companies will run you in circles with. It's not what you think it is. And the other problem is, let me say this quickly, is people think that, well, let me give it a shot on my own, and if I can't get enough money, let me go back to an attorney, or let me get an attorney at the end to try to settle it out. I don't recommend that either. That's a bad idea. Why? Because your case and everything has to be done in a certain sequence to be able to maximize your payout, so you're properly compensated for everything that you lost, including your wages, your medical bills, your pain and suffering, your property damage. These things have to be done in a certain order, and if you just do it by yourself and you do it in an illogical order, then you've devalued your case such that merely by calling an attorney, we can't go back in time. We can't climb into the DeLorean like in Back to the Future and go fix the things you did wrong since the inception of your case. That's why it's really good to have an attorney starting from day one to properly guide you. Trust me, this stuff's not as easy as it looks. But anyways, those are my 2 cents for the day. Have a good day, and feel free to give us a call anytime for your free consultation. Our toll-free number is 888-552-6272. We have offices in Woodland Hills and West Hills, but we handle cases all over Southern California. All right, I'll see you guys later.